Today I would like to reflect on a passage found in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verses 10 and 11. In this text, Solomon speaks openly about his life, his works, and all his earthly pursuits. Solomon says that everything his eyes desired, he did not withhold from himself. He allowed his heart to enjoy every pleasure. He worked hard, he built, he achieved, and for a moment he believed that his labor itself was the reward. But when he stepped back and carefully examined all that his hands had done, he came to a sobering conclusion. Everything was vanity, a chasing after the wind. There was no lasting profit under the sun. To truly understand Ecclesiastes, we must recognize one key expression that appears repeatedly throughout the book: under the sun. Ecclesiastes presents life from a human, natural, and earthly perspective. It does not begin with heaven's view, but with humanity's view. It observes life as it is experienced on this earth, limited, temporal, and fragile. Solomon reached a point in his life where he decided to pursue everything his heart desired. He built palaces and temples, indulged in pleasure, wine, celebrations, knowledge, nature, relationships, and power. He lacked nothing. If we were to compare him to someone today, Solomon would resemble a modern billionaire, someone with unlimited resources, influence, and opportunity. He had access to everything a human being could possibly want. Yet, at the end of his journey, Solomon looked at all his achievements and realized that none of them gave him lasting fulfillment. Wealth did not satisfy him. Accomplishments did not give him peace. Pleasure did not bring meaning. Everything done under the sun proved insufficient. This teaches us a profound truth. Not everything we achieve gives meaning to life. Not all success produces fulfillment. Not every dream, when realized, brings joy to the soul. If we build our purpose, happiness, and identity solely on what exists under the sun, we will eventually feel empty. That is why the message of Ecclesiastes points us beyond the sun. To find true meaning, we must transcend the earthly perspective and lift our eyes toward God. Our purpose is not found merely in what we do, but in whom we belong to. Jesus himself said, "Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for my sake and for the gospel will find it." True life is found only in Christ. He is the source of living water, the water that truly satisfies the human heart. Solomon had everything, yet remained unsatisfied. Jesus offers something Solomon's wealth could never provide: eternal meaning, deep satisfaction, and true peace. A life lived only under the sun will always feel incomplete, but a life lived with Christ gains eternal value. This does not mean we should abandon our dreams, work, or ambitions. On the contrary, we should pursue them, but with Jesus at the center. Build, work, dream, and grow, but do it in relationship with Christ. Walk with Him. Cultivate intimacy with God. Let your life flow from faith, not from vanity. When you reach the end of your journey, you will look back and see that your life was not a chasing after the wind. It was not empty. It was not meaningless, because you lived beyond the sun. You found purpose, identity, and fulfillment in Jesus. Have your projects. Have your goals. Live fully, but live with Christ. because only Jesus gives true meaning to life. He is the living water that satisfies the soul, and a life lived with Him is a life that is truly worth living.